my biggest inspirations in life, I mean, of course, outside of my faith, I'm very, very a solid believer in Jesus Christ, and I play for that audience of one, But I mean, prior to even knowing Jesus Christ, the woman who introduced me to him was my grandmother, and so my grandmother's going to be at home watching this game, and that lady has definitely, man, she's definitely made me believe and push me to the limit, And so whenever I go out there and play, it's solely for Christ, but I know that she's watching. You know what I'm saying? And so that's my inspiration. Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Aaron, how is their offense change your defense? I mean, they don't like to go deep too often. They want to get you guys in space. Does that change your role at all, or just kind of play your play?
I think at the end of the day, it does kind of change the role a little bit. But I think at the end of the day, it's going to boil down to making sure we get lined up and making sure we tackle. If we can get lined up, get the calls, and tackle, on top of that, generate turnovers, I think we're going to be in a great position. What they do is something that we really hadn't seen, this past year. The only team I can even compare them to is Michigan, just because they have Bernard Robinson, and some of the things that they do are very, very similar. But I mean, they have a very dynamic offense. They do some things that a lot of teams don't see on a week in and week out basis. But I think it's going to be a great challenge for us, and we're looking forward to it.
I mean, their goal is to put pressure on the defense, obviously. Right. How do you counterbalance that and not make it that way? Is there a way?
They say pressure busts pipes, but pressure also makes diamonds. And so I think for us, I mean, Oregon does a great job at they're trying to speed up their tempo to make you make a mistake. If you can make a mistake, they can score a touchdown. And so to ensure that we don't make any mistakes, we got to make sure we're all on the same page. We got to make sure we communicate. Most importantly, we got to make sure we line up. Because I've seen it on film a number of times, guys running across the field, guys not really knowing where they're supposed to be or get to a spot late. That tempo, man, once they get it going, they're really, really good at it.
You mentioned this before, they want to get into open space. That's kind of their goal. So from your angle, how do you practice that? How do you there was some problems with that Michigan State game, obviously. They got to the edge and got in the open field. How did you guys correct that?
Well, I mean, we have been doing a lot of conditioning to ensure that we all run to the ball. The biggest thing in a game like this is having pursuit. I'm sure tackles are going to be missed, it's football, but if we can have everybody running to their leverage as hard as they can, whenever a ball is thrown, we can ensure that if he makes one guy miss or one of those guys make one guy miss, somebody else is there to clean them up. We can't have one guy running to the ball, you know what I'm saying, and everybody else kind of lollygagging and whatnot. But I mean, it has to be a complete team effort. Like this defense has to play. In order for us to be successful, we have to play as a unit, and we have to all run to the ball. It's not going to be just one guy.